thinking about a big, booming subwoofer for your home theater, but your wallet is already screaming in terror. You're in the right place, because today we're dissecting the BIC America V1220, a monster sub that promises earth-shaking bass for a shockingly low price. But here's what surprised me. After testing it for weeks, I found its biggest strength is also its biggest flaw. And that is a deal-breaker for some people. Therefore, you absolutely need to know this before you buy. For the best price, click the link in the description. All right, let's dig in. You've probably seen the specs. A 12-inch long-throw woofer, a 150-watt RMS amplifier, a ported design, and a price that makes other subwoofers look like luxury cars. The promise is simple: massive output without massive debt. But if you just plug it in and crank the volume, you're going to have a bad time. Therefore, the real story of the V1220 isn't in its spec sheet. It's in the chaotic, wonderful, and sometimes frustrating journey of trying to tame it. Think of it less as a precision instrument and more as a domesticated tornado. A very, very loud one. Now, let's talk about that first impression. Unboxing the V1220 is like meeting a friendly giant. It's big, it's heavy, and it's covered in a basic but tough black vinyl that says "I mean business," not "I'm a piece of art." The front grille is a giant sheet of metal with holes, and honestly, it looks like it could stop a small projectile, which is good because this thing moves so much air, you might worry about small pets getting sucked in. That's joke number one, by the way. Keep your chihuahua at a safe distance, so you get it set up. You run the auto setup on your receiver, or you manually dial it in, and you fire up your favorite bass demo scene. Maybe the opening of Edge of Tomorrow, or the dinosaur stomps in Jurassic Park. And for a moment, you are a god. The room shakes, your pant legs flutter, your fillings loosen. The V1220 delivers on its core promise of sheer, unadulterated output. It's loud, it's deep, and it doesn't distort easily. But here's the first mini twist: that bass can be messy. Therefore, the initial boom-boom excitement can quickly reveal a lack of refinement. It's like the difference between a sledgehammer and a scalpel. This subwoofer is definitely the sledgehammer. It's fantastic for action movies and explosive video game moments where subtlety is for the weak. However, if you listen to a lot of music with nuanced bass lines, like jazz or acoustic rock, you might start to notice the issues. The port noise, for instance. That tuned vent on the front is there to increase efficiency and output, which it does brilliantly. But at very high volumes with certain deep tones, you can hear the chuffing of air. It's not always present, but when it is, it sounds like the subwoofer is hyperventilating after a sprint. So is this a fatal flaw? Not necessarily, but it means you need to manage your expectations. Therefore, let's dive into the setup, because that's where the V1220's fate is decided. This subwoofer is not a set-it-and-forget-it device. It demands participation. You have to play with placement, you have to tweak the crossover and phase, and you absolutely must use the volume knob on the back. That brings me to the controls. They are Spartan. You get a volume knob, a crossover frequency knob, from 50 Hz to 150 Hz, and a phase switch 0 or 180 degrees. There's no auto on off circuit, which is a notable omission at this price point in today's market. That means it's always drawing a little power, waiting for a signal. It's not a huge deal, but it's a convenience feature you might miss. Now, the crossover knob is your best friend and your worst enemy. Set it too high, and your sub will clumsily intrude into the mid-bass territory, making voices sound boomy and music bloated. Set it too low, and you might miss some of the punch. The sweet spot is usually between 80 Hz and 100 Hz, but you must listen and adjust. This process is where many people give up, but if you persevere, the rewards are substantial. Therefore, the key takeaway here is patience. The V1220 is a project. Its value isn't just in the hardware you buy. It's in the performance you unlock through careful tuning. It's the IKEA furniture of subwoofers. Great value, but you have to put in the work to make it right. And sometimes you have a screw left over and you just pretend it doesn't matter. That's joke two. Let's talk about who this subwoofer is actually for. If you are a home theater newbie on a tight budget, craving that cinematic rumble you experience in theaters, the V1220 is a phenomenal entry point. It will blow away any soundbar or built-in TV speakers. It will make your movies feel massive. If you are a casual gamer who wants explosions to feel real, it's a fantastic choice. But if you are an audiophile seeking tight, articulate, and musical bass that perfectly integrates with high-end bookshelf speakers, you will likely be disappointed. Therefore, the V1220 exists in a specific niche. It's the budget powerhouse, the volume king of the low-cost arena. It's not trying to be a SVS or a HSU. It's trying to be the best BIC America can make for under a certain price, and in that mission, it succeeds. However, there's another contender it constantly gets compared to, the monoprice 12-inch sub. That's a whole other video, but the short version is there in the same weight class, trading blows in output and dealing with similar refinement challenges. It's like choosing between two very energetic puppies. They're both gonna make a mess, but you'll love them for their enthusiasm. So, after all this, what's the final verdict? Is the BIC America V1220 a buy? Well, that depends on your answer to one question. What is your tolerance for boom? If your answer is high tolerance, even a love for it, then yes. Absolutely. The value for raw output is almost unbeatable. You are buying decibels per dollar, and the exchange rate is excellent. But if your answer is low, if you want precision, speed, and seamless blending, then you should save up for a more advanced subwoofer from a different category. Therefore, the resolution to our three-act story is this. The BIC America V1220 is a legend in the budget audio world for a reason. It delivers a specific, powerful experience that millions of people enjoy. It is not, however, a perfect or even a particularly refined device. It has quirks, it demands work, and it makes its presence known in ways that aren't always elegant. But for the price, when it's properly set up in a room that can handle its energy, it is an absolute blast. It turns movie night into an event. Just maybe warn your neighbors first, or invite them over. They'll think there's an earthquake, but then they'll stay for the film. Joke 3. In the end, knowing this before you buy is what matters. You won't be unpleasantly surprised by the port noise or the basic controls. You'll go in ready to tame the beast, to find its sweet spot, and to enjoy the sheer physical fun of it. It's a subwoofer that makes you feel the movie, sometimes in your chest cavity, and for many, that experience is worth every penny. So if you've watched this far and you're thinking, yeah, I want that controlled chaos in my living room, then your next step is easy. For the best current price on Amazon for the BIC America V1220, click the link in the description below. It's the same link from the start of the video, and using it helps support this channel at no extra cost to you. It's the final joke. The best deal is always in the description, but you already knew that. Thanks for watching, and may your bass be deep and your walls be sturdy.